What's up, Night Owl? Still here back with another video, and today we're starting our Wild Beyond the Witchlight video series, kicking off things with a first impressions video. This book has been out for 2 days at the time of recording, and I just finished reading it cover to cover this morning, and I've also run 2 game sessions out of chapter 1, which is the Carnival chapter. I'm currently running 4 groups to this adventure module. I have a group for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and I have a Friday group. I'm also live streaming each of these games right here on this YouTube channel. So if you want to come by the stream and ask me questions about the module or see how I run things, see the mistakes that I make, any corrections that I do, you can do so. You can come by and watch the live streams. Also, I get asked a lot whether or not my live streams will be on the YouTube channel because I unlist all of them, but I moved them to a playlist, which you can find on the channel called Witchlight live streams. I'm going to be putting all of the live streams into that playlist. So if you have a specific day that you want to watch or a specific group that interests you, or you just want to binge watch all of them, they're all right there in the Witchlight live streams playlist. Before we get any further into the video, I do want to specify that this is a spoiler-free video. I'm not going to get into any kind of story spoilers or anything like that. This video is simply a first impressions after just finishing reading the book. I want to talk about my thoughts on it so far and sort of get an idea of where I'm at right now at the time of finishing. So first impressions, I've got to say I'm really excited about running this adventure, and I love the things that they put into it. Now, I would probably say that about any new adventure that comes out just because I get really excited about D&D in general, and new stuff is awesome. But I can tell you that I'm more excited after finishing this book than I was when I finished Candlekeep and Rime of the Frostmaiden, and I did enjoy both of those modules. Now, to me, the thing that makes this adventure stand out from the other adventure modules is its emphasis on roleplay rather than combat. I knew when they announced that this module could be completed without ever getting into combat that I wanted to form a group of players that I trusted to complete a campaign without ever getting into combat, and to actually try what I'm calling the Pacifist Run, the Witchlight Pacifist Run. And I call it that because in video games, when you do a pacifist run, it's when you try to complete the game without attacking or killing anything. Now, my concern going into this module is that a pacifist run would be too difficult to complete. I was worried that it would rely too heavily on die rolls, like if you failed a persuasion check or an intimidation, or you went to the wrong corridor, you get attacked, and then that kind of ruins your pacifist run. I was a bit concerned about that. So going into it, I went into it with that mindset. But I can tell you after reading through the book that the pacifist run not only is very possible, it's actually kind of easy. There are some circumstances where an unlucky die roll could result in combat, and those could be tweaked by DM. I'm going to cover that, tweaked by the DM, and I'm going to cover that in my video guide series. I'm going to cover how to kind of modify it so the pacifist run is less reliant on random die rolls. But the pacifist run is very doable. A group can 100% accomplish this. And just as a disclaimer, any players that are playing through a Witchlight game and happen to be watching this video, the campaign has very little combat in it in general. A lot of combats that take place in this game are as a direct result of the party provoking a combat. And the reason for that, there's a very specific reason for that. It's no secret that this campaign takes place within a domain in the Feywild. The party will learn very early on when they reach this domain that the creatures within this domain follow a very specific set of rules, one of which is called the Rule of Hospitality. This rule functions exactly how it sounds. You're expected to be gracious and accommodating to any guest in your home, whether they be friend or foe, until they prove undeserving of your hospitality. For anyone curious how a pacifist run is possible and how you can complete an entire campaign without ever getting into combat, this rule of hospitality is the foundation for this pacifist run. This very much puts the party in control of their own destiny. And I love the idea that the party's words and their decisions will have such an impact on the campaign. And every single encounter in this book has a very high level of depth to it. The next thing I want to talk about is the setting, starting with the Witchlight Carnival. This campaign really hits the ground running with this carnival. Every single location here has a unique NPC with some kind of story to it that the party gets to uncover. And there's also mini games like the snail racing and the cupcake eating contest. This can be very fun for players, but it can be pretty challenging for DMs because they're going to need to know everything about this carnival because they can't really predict where the party is going to go when they get inside. So if you're a player in a Witchlight campaign, go easy on your DM because there's a lot to manage within this carnival. The rest of the adventure takes place within the Feywild. And I'm not going to talk too much about the Feywild because spoilers, but I will say that the overall story has a strong emphasis on the theme of time, mostly past, present, and future, dwelling on things that have happened in the past, worrying about things to come, and everything in between. The last thing I want to talk about is how this book is structured. I think they did a fantastic job presenting the material within the book for a DM to digest easily. There's also plenty of opportunities in this book to make this adventure your own. You can modify things, move the locations. It's really easy, really streamlined, and I think this may be one of the best adventures for a dungeon master to start off with. So that's it. That's my first impressions of the Wild Beyond the Witchlight. I'm really looking forward to running this module, running these 4 groups, seeing what this adventure is all about, making the videos on them, and also experiencing firsthand everything that I've just read. Because like I said, I've just read it. I haven't actually played through the campaign yet or run anything. I've only run 2 sessions, and both of which were fresh groups leading up to the carnival. So really looking forward to that. And with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, you know how YouTube works. Hit those buttons, leave a comment down below. Let me know, are you getting the Wild Beyond the Witchlight? Why or why not? If you want to be a part of this D&D community, make sure you join the Discord. Link is in the description. Come by, ask questions, let me know what you think. And as always, I'll see you at sundown.